Alright, we should be live. This is gonna be fun. So let me just update everything. Let's see. We have 2 bosses left. A Nameless King, who I've died 19 times against. And then also the final boss, of course. And we've done 22 times I've died against him. So they're not super low, not quite super high yet either, but we'll see. There is a good chance that, well, I don't know if I would say good. There is at least a chance that this is the end. This is the finale. We got 2 bosses left. There is the potential that I could beat both of them tonight. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I think a lot of it's going to... we're going to start with this guy up here. Mostly just because I want to... That's the guy I want to fight right now. Of the 2, I would rather fight him. But we'll see. I think that'll depend on how quickly I can take down the first, like this guy right here. If he takes a while, then we'll probably have to come back tomorrow night to try to finish off the run. But if we beat him within like the first hour, I think there's at least a legitimate shot that this will be the finale. I am noticing I'm dropping some frames. If this looks a little framey to you, if this is a little choppy, let me know and we'll see if we can fix it. But I think I dropped a bunch initially, and I think it's kind of evening out, so hopefully that's fine. We are at 596 total deaths. Hopefully, luck is on our side tonight, and that count doesn't get too high. But we'll see. I'm excited. It is crazy to think that this could be it. I finally got my platinum in this game, I think it was Thursday night. So after this run is over, I don't know. I haven't decided. Part of me does want to make a new character, but I think even if I do that, I'm probably going to take a couple weeks just as a break from this game, because this will be like the 5th or 6th playthrough I've had, and so I'll probably take a little bit of a break. But with that said, let's just go ahead and get started. I am super excited. I hope we are able to finish it tonight. I'm excited. Soul of Cinder. So we had a couple good runs against phase 1 of this guy early on last time. But then I started like rambling about random things and didn't really go super well. Yep, that's not a great way to start. So the other thing that's going to be playing against us tonight is I have not played all weekend. I think the last stream was actually Thursday night also. Because I don't think there was there wasn't a stream Friday. I was playing Oxenfree, which is so good. If you've not played that, I totally recommend it. So I'm a little rusty as far as soul level 1 stuff is concerned. Hopefully we'll get into a good flow pretty early. Oh, that is a death count I need to add. It should be 597. So when I die here, I'll change it to 598. So really the first thing here is we need to make sure we get to phase 2, kind of see how that phase plays out for us, because we have not got to phase 2 yet on this guy. The 2 things I need to watch for, if he does the curved sword, I'm probably just going to back off and not try to deal with it, because from the stuff I was even reading online, it seemed like most people recommended just waiting it out in that phase and not even worrying about it. Made it. When he does that, I need to know that there's a build-up, and I need to wait before I roll, instead of just rolling uncontrollably. But the other is when he has, like, the long pole, that can be kind of hard to dodge. And then when he does magic, usually we're good. Usually we're good to get a decent amount of hits in on him. Ugh. I can get into it. Alright, we need to watch out for this. And back off. Unfortunately, it should be 598, right? Unfortunately, when he does curve sword and then also has the kind of the homing magic above his head, that seems incredibly difficult to actually get away from. It's just drawing the short straw on that one. Okay. Luckily, I mean, hopefully this kind of plays... hopefully this is how it works out for us, but from most of the stuff I've read from other people who have finished their soul level 1 run, this boss in particular, it's phase 1 that is hard. Yeah, it's the third time or I guess second time I've screwed up on that today. But for most people, it seems like phase 2 really isn't that big of a deal. Not that it's easy, but if you can get past phase 1, you should be able to beat him. So we'll see. We are at 599. Oh man. It's our next big milestone. It feels like we hit 500 not so long ago. Oh, that's one hit also. I will say, I feel... I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on how these bosses go, because neither have really been super great. I do feel like we can end in the 600s. I think that's possible. I think it is... I think we can beat this before hitting 700, and I would feel pretty good about that. But we'll see. Really just have not had a very good run against this guy yet. Kind of sucks, because I feel like the first couple times I fought him, I actually, like... I think even my first try, like, I got him kind of close to phase 2. But since then, I've kind of had a rough go of it. I just really need to kind of get back into the swing of things. I'm still rusty. Oh my god. Yep. If anyone knows how to do... Like, I'm not really a pro at OBS. Is there perhaps... So, like, my death count is like a text thing. Is there, like, a button, like, shortcut I could create or something that would... Like, if I wanted to just update it and add one, that I could just do that? Like, is that a thing that I could do? I mean, it's pretty easy just clicking on it and, you know, changing the number, but I don't know if maybe there's a better way to do that. I mean, we're still in the 20s on this guy. I'm certainly expecting him to be up there. And the death count total. Okay. Kind of getting lucky on that, but we'll take it. 2, 3. Oh, here's magic. Stop. Right. Alright. That sucks. Yeah, that's so... Because I think even if I try to roll to the side, he can still kind of readjust on that. This phase is mean. Oh, 602, okay. It wasn't great, and yet it was still like the best run so far tonight of my first 6 tries. We'll see. We'll see how this goes, but I gotta keep the faith. Nope. Way too early. Yikes. So today's been really exciting. Like, E3 came early. Again. As it usually does. Pre-E3 week. It's great. It's always the best. I think I'm like legitimately excited about pretty much all the news that dropped today. Or like the 4 things. Like ukulele was like kind of a thing. I was like, yeah, I'm excited for that. And then that trailer came out and it's like, oh yeah, that looks so good. New game from Saints Row people based in like that universe. Sure. Final Fantasy 12, absolutely. Just give me everything. You know, you keep like telling yourself like, I need to do that. Like, this is the thing I should work on. I need to get better. I need to make sure I'm not rolling in the way that I'm doing right there. And you just keep doing it for some reason. It's a 604. Much like Thursday night stream, so about 13 minutes in, I'm probably going to cut it at the hour to hour and a half mark. Somewhere in between those. I'll cut it and then I'll restart the stream just to make archiving a little easier. That way we're not like archiving a 3-hour plus long stream. Especially because usually like Twitch to YouTube archiving, just the way I'm doing it is, it's easiest for me, but also like it's not super reliable if you're doing something that's like a really long stream. So that's what we're looking at. Man, I don't know what's going on. Like, I mean, I am rusty, so that's kind of what's happening tonight, but even Thursday night stream, like, I feel like my first few runs against this guy, like, I got him close to phase 2, but ever since then, I've just really not been able to do very good against him in this first phase. I could try using one of these resins again. I think it had like a little bit of an impact, not much. Yeah, about like 10. So not a huge increase, but an increase nonetheless. It's gonna be a long night. So I did like, you know, I want to be careful. I don't want to ramble too much because I do think that kind of takes away from being able to focus in on the fight and to talk about it. There are some things I would like to kind of briefly chat about once we do finish the run. But I talked about it a little bit Thursday night. The platinum in this game is really not that bad. The platinum in a lot of these, I mean, not that I ever finished my run for Dark Souls 1, but they're usually not really that bad. It's a lot of grinding and some other things. But in this game in particular, it made me think about like achievements or trophies where they ask like one specific one or like two trophies or achievements like ask you to do things that are just really annoying. So like the way this game basically makes it so you have to max out like 3 different covenants and the grinding that goes along with that really sucks. like it's kind of cool, like I get it, like it's like, you know, I get the idea of like, yeah, max, like being able to max out this one covenant, like that's cool, but doing it 3 times for 3 different ones, and like all of them are pretty grindy no matter how you do it. It is kind of old fast. So like made me think of like games where it's like this one trophy, like not that it, you know, is bad or anything, it makes you play the game in a way that just isn't fun, which kind of stinks. But you also kind of reach a point with sometimes where it's like, I'm like 1 trophy away, so I might as well. So yeah, oh boy. Soul of Cinder really knows how to knock you down. It's an ugly stream so far. But look how cool that is. Super close. No clue what happened there. Alright, come on. Yikes. Oh boy. Dodge. Nope. Just get away from me. Switch to any other weapon. Literally any other weapon. God. Oh, that's not the best, but I'll take it. Jeez. Man. Let's see what Snapple has to say. People don't sneeze when they are asleep because the nerves involved in the sneeze reflex are also resting. So real fact 877. Snapple peach tea. It's pretty good. I want to believe someone's like compiled every real fact from Snapple into like a spreadsheet. I bet there's a lot. I bet there's a ton. I wonder if they like keep adding like every week. It's like, all right, Willie, we got some more facts to add to the database. We got 20 more this week. Man. Oh my god. Perhaps I have underestimated you, Soul of Cinder. Perhaps you are the true Dark Soul, and not me. Holy crap. It's gonna be the worst when, like, I finally get to phase 2 and get him down to, like, a couple hits left and he kills me. That's gonna be an awful feeling. Same with Nameless King, for that matter. Not great. Super close. There we go. Do more of this. You should fall down more, I think. I'd really appreciate it personally. Is that dead? Nope, I'm alive. How you did that? God. Really gonna switch to that? Oh, I know what your reach is like on that thing. I'd extra appreciate it if, well, great. Say if your magic went away, but that weapon I think I'm just gonna have to get really good at. Unless I want to make this a really long fight, which I would rather not. I've got to figure something out with this guy. I need a breakthrough. Unfortunately, my Snapple fact didn't really offer me any good advice. Can't really fall asleep against him. And I don't think sneezing's gonna work. As great as that would be. Yeah. This is what you're gonna do? I've read, like, the horror stories on the One Bros subreddit of people who have, like, been stuck on this guy for days. Untold hours of just this fight. And I read it and I think to myself, that won't be me. I'll take this guy down quicker than that. I'm not so sure anymore. What did I do, like, my first run against this guy where I got him so close? What was different? Oh, yes. No, you should have stayed down longer. Ah, rolled too soon. Oh, God. Jeez. Nearly out of Estus. Not that one. Come on. Anything but that curved sword, I'm okay with. God, it also sucks because he was healing. Because I know I had him down a bit farther than that. Hopefully phase 2 I'm not going to need Estus as much. Because we're not looking so great. Stop. Also, you know, not a great weapon to switch to either. If I'm being honest here. Why do you just have to do that? God. Oh boy. I need more Snapple, hold on. So I guess maybe when he cast, I don't remember what the name of it is. Whatever he was using to heal. Maybe just take that chance to run up and hit him a few times. That way it kind of cancels it out. This is gonna be a battle here. Sure. Yep. Not dead yet. Now I am. Oh, oh no. Huh. So I specifically started at 8 instead of 9 because I figured this is, if I'm gonna try to beat it tonight and get these last two bosses, it's gonna be a trial of getting through it. Where are we at? 30 minutes? I guess it was a little after 8. Not the last one, the one before it, I felt like that was at least a sign of progress. It's like, kind of. We need more of that. Things to lift my spirit up. Not tear me down. There we go. Why? Why? Literally, like this combo of this weapon and that kind of stuff he's doing now, this is From Software at their meanest. With the one exception of Lost Izalith pre-patch. I don't know if anyone has ever... If you're watching this, I don't know if you've experienced that. But let me fill you in. It is straight up just as mean as you could possibly get. When he's using a weapon I'm okay with, I'll explain why. Well, is that one hit? Yeah. So like, when Dark Souls first came out, there was a bunch of stuff, like, I think they ended up patching it to, like, alter some, a few different things. You know, there was some balancing that they were doing. And one of the things was that in Lost Izalith, it's actually a lot harder. It was, there was, like, big dragon creature things, and there was, like, a ton of them. I think I don't remember specifically what was changed, but I'm pretty sure it was, like, before the patch, there was just like a crazy amount of them just all over the place. Super hard to avoid because you're like walking through the lava, and so you're going kind of slow anyways. You're rolling around. They're like just stomping around, like shooting fireballs at you and like stomping on you. It was just absurd. It was straight up absurd. And like, so they ended up putting out a patch that kind of balanced things out a little bit better. But when it's like a couple years ago, when they gave it out on Xbox for like the Xbox games for Gold, there was I don't know if like bug or glitch would be the right word, but there was something wrong with the version they gave out, and it couldn't like connect online or something, so it couldn't download the patch or like the patches, and so it was the version for like the first week or so was just straight up like pre-patch Dark Souls before any patch came out for the game. And so like I played through, and I guess I didn't realize it at first until later on, but I played through I think all of the game, if not all, like very very close to the end, like entirely without it. And when I remember getting to Lost Izalith and just realizing like what it was like, because I never experienced it that way. By the time I got to it, the first time I played through it, there had already been patches for it. So I never knew what it was like before. And it is insane. It's the kind of thing where you're like, they shipped it like this. I think Blighttown was probably even worse too. Like frame rate wise. If you can imagine. Oh, I missed it. If you can stay in that form, that would be really... No. Why do you gotta go and do that? Okay. I at least feel like I have a chance when you have this weapon out. It's a very slim one. Rolled too early there. Wow. It's a couple things I want to try. We should rest. That actually is a... Like, in the grand scheme of things, that does feel like a sizable boost. I think it's even... It might be actually more than what Ember gives me. I could be wrong there. It seems like it's actually a bit more. Plus, I get more stamina. So there's a few things I want to try, because actually, come to think of it, I was using the Karthus Blood Ring the first few attempts against this guy. So we might try that also to see if maybe that would have an impact. The boost to rolling invincibility probably would really help against this guy, come to, like, now that I fought him enough. And I don't know, maybe this ring can finally show its use. That was convenient. I just want to get to phase 2 so I can hear the music. I do get more swings too, so that's pretty helpful. It's also just nice because, like, taking one hit doesn't mean I'm, like, super close to dying. Although for the most part I'm still probably dead in 2 hits no matter what. No. No. Not this early. Please switch. Yeah. He would. Oh, that's not the pole, actually. For some reason, I thought it was. So that's better. Oh, no, don't roll away. Crap. Well, that wasn't too bad. Feels like maybe a little luck might be involved here too. At least for phase 1. Just of, like, maybe if you get lucky and he switches to specific weapons that are easier to deal with, that might help your chances a little bit. We're at 45 overall. The scary thing is just nowhere in sight do I feel like I'm anywhere close to taking this guy down. Oh, this is probably gonna be Pontiff or Dancer levels, if I had to guess. I'll see you soon, 700. See you real soon. Whoa. Okay, so that is actually not even a one-hit kill with this ring on. That is very good to know, actually. That's really nice. Unfortunately, it caught me off guard because I was expecting to die, so it kind of... It's the thing that ended up killing me anyways, but... That is very good to know. And I'm thinking using this ring in the Nameless King fight might, you know, I wouldn't say mandatory, but it might be the thing that I need to do. Because as we saw in Phase 2 of that fight, it seems like a lot of his attacks, or at least the things I was getting hit by, were like one-shotting me. So I don't know if it's every single attack he does. I can't imagine it would be, but it does seem like the ones I'm getting hit that I would get hit by anyways probably are. So having that health boost, more so than just being embered, would be really nice. Although being embered with that ring on actually probably would be pretty good. If you think about it. Wow, that is just enough too. Jeez. This is something I can work with. Except when you do that. No. Come on. Oh, I hate you so much. You were the worst. Oh my god. That's gonna hit, yep. Huh. I mean, maybe it would be worth it to switch to Nameless King at some point. Like, if it starts getting to be like this. Maybe, like, every hour we just switch. And then, like, unless I feel like I'm really close to getting one of them at, like, the hour mark, we'll switch to the next. So we're at, like, 42 minutes. Oh, boy. This is just... It's fantastic. God. So, okay, what... I was trying to think of maybe there's something I could be doing better. I want to check. Wrong thing. Do I have... I don't even remember what it would be under, to be honest, actually. Maybe, I think it might be under here. I'm trying to remember if I have a... Yeah, so I do. We need to turn these in. Because with this ring on, with the added health, I actually won't have... one S just doesn't fully recover that much health. So you might have seen it there. And I've noticed it before, and I've just never really been too concerned about it. But if this is a ring that we might actually try to use a little bit more than just a handful of tries, having Estus that will fully recover, it's kind of necessary. So we're going to use both of these, which will take us to +7. And that should be enough, because it was always just missing being the full one. So we'll do that. And I think we've exhausted all of her embers, right? Yeah, and I think we bought the embers, all the embers from the other handmaiden. I'm not too concerned about getting more, but just in case. All right, so that way, if we do, even if we are using this ring, it should heal us fully, which would be really convenient. We do only have 12. I'd have to look up specifically which ones are the 3 that I'm missing. Estus shards, because I don't remember what 3 I'm missing, and I went to the wrong. I do that a lot. So that might also be something we look into. It seems like I might need it for the Soul of Cinder, because it looks like I probably am going to use a lot of Estus in Phase 1, so I'm going to want to have some more in Phase 2, just in case. So we could probably do that, maybe at a break or something at some point in the stream. Maybe I'll look it up to see if I can pinpoint what 3 specifically I'm missing, because I really don't remember which ones I've gotten so far and which ones I haven't. I probably should have paid more attention to that, but it's whatever. I actually meant to do it before starting the stream, I just totally forgot till just now. He's a pretty cool looking boss, though. You gotta give him that. Or her. You don't know. So close. Oh, so, okay, if I have, like, just a hair of health left, it doesn't fully heal us, but that probably won't be a common issue, I don't think. Fortunately, I'm just nowhere close to this guy. Okay. Oh, no. Too close to him. I don't know, maybe rolling into him like that is kind of the way to deal with this. Seems like it might be. It's working pretty well. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a good, like, 5 seconds. Come on. We're gonna chalk that up as progress, though. So with that weapon, we won't call it a phase. Rolling in and kind of to the right seems like maybe that's the best way to deal with it. That way I can still, and I need to stay up close on them. So if I can roll towards them, kind of a little bit to the side, I was able to pretty reliably dodge his thrust, which is kind of what was giving me the issue. Obviously, when he killed me there, that was a little bit of a different attack. I don't think we haven't seen that. Maybe we've seen it once or twice, but that's not something I see a lot. And I fought this guy a fair amount even before this run through. So that's a little bit different. Maybe we gotta... maybe I just mistimed my roll there and I could still roll into him and dodge it, but that's unclear. But the other stuff seemed okay. I also just kind of gotten a rotten draw on that one where he switched to the curved sword early and things got kind of bad early. But we consider it that is progress and that I figured out maybe how to deal with that weapon, which is good. Which is very good. Man. This is, yeah, this is Pontiff Dancer levels of insanity right here. We'll call it. This is just crazy. Alright, well, luckily that didn't kill us. $625. Oh my god. So we're a little over 50 minutes. We are going to switch at an hour. I'll cut the stream for a couple seconds. We'll come back and then we'll switch to Nameless King. I'm also probably going to take a short break at an hour. I think I'll take the hour mark to kind of take a little bit of a break and readjust and come back ready to go. That is 52 deaths against Soul of Cinder. I still have not made it to phase 2. That is crazy. I can't believe 52 times already. That seems insane to me. What am I doing? Sometimes you just gotta ask yourself that. I was like, what is going on? Nice. Okay. Don't dodge. I died against that. It's kind of the interesting difference between doing a soul level 1 of this game compared to Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1, like, if you don't parry the final boss, like, he can be pretty tough, but by the time you get to the final boss, it's like, I have taken down bosses that are a lot harder. And so, like, the final boss in Dark Souls 1, it took me a little bit of time. Like, it definitely was not a pushover by any means. You know, it took some time. But he really wasn't nearly as bad as, you know, Smo Nornstein or the Four Kings for me. And so the difference here is, like, this guy actually is really, really hard at soul level 1. I mean, he's kind of hard in general, I guess. It probably depends on your build. He's certainly no pushover. He is very, very nasty at soul level 1. You're going to really do that right here at this point in the fight. Yeah, I really should not be trying to attack him. Okay. That was so close. That's unfortunate. Wow. I don't know. We're gonna give him one more run. Then I'll take a kind of a short break. But wow. This first hour has not been kind. I forgot I have just like a ridiculous amount of charcoal pine resin. Unfortunately, not a huge boost to this guy. Well, that ended fast enough. We have time for one more. Oh, man. That 629, I think. I'm keeping track specifically of each boss, too, so... Got 2 lists to go by, at least, so even if I don't add it on the video part of the stream, I do have it... I should have it up to date, so usually at the end of each stream I check just to make sure that the numbers are right. Because as I've said many times before, it is crucially important that we know how many times I died in this run. It is imperative. Just do me a solid and don't heal. Oh, bad time to do that. I got lucky. Switch to another weapon. All right. Crap. Really? You're not... Go right back to that, huh? Okay, okay, I can deal with that. Probably. Alright, so phase 2, first time we've gotten there yet so far. Hopefully we can at least last a little while so I can kind of get a good idea of what to expect from this part. I mean, I could try to just bait that jump and go little by little. Be a little cheap, but that might be what we need to do here, I don't know. Yeah, boy. Because he's got some really brutal attacks. Somehow I managed to live. Man. Okay, that's unfortunate that it ended that quickly. But we did get there, and that is progress. So I think that's a good note to, like, take a break on. Feeling a little... God. That's gonna be, like, the only time we get to him in the next, like, 30 runs. So we're gonna need we're gonna need a handful of tries to start to figure out that guy. I'm not expecting phase 2 to be as hard. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm at a point just yet where I know that I can consistently get to phase 2. So we got there once. It took us, I don't even know. I don't want to count right now how many tries. But okay. That is progress. After an hour, we've made progress, if nothing else. Phase 2, I don't know. This should be interesting. I feel like in general, like if I can kind of get in a good flow and I kind of learn how to dodge like, most of his attacks, like I don't think I'll be as bad. I don't really think there was really anything in phase 2 that's as bad as some of the stuff he's got in phase 1. It sucks I'm not going to have like a consistent amount of practice against phase 2 unless I just start getting really good at phase 1, which I don't think is going to happen. But we'll see. So I'm going to take a very short break. We'll switch to our nice little break image. And what I'll do is I'll let this run, and then when I come back from the break, that's when I'll cut it. So if you're watching the archive, you can just go ahead and switch to the next episode. But if you're watching live, I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay.